Today in crypto, the Federal Reserve and the Bank of England are teaming up to run the best, and I do mean the best, ad campaign ever for Bitcoin. Thanks, guys. Multiple indicators are also showing that Bitcoin is a strong buy right now, and Uniswap is giving away almost $1,600 to users in an absolutely just crazy airdrop. My name is Lark, and this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out here in the wild land of crypto. So, let's talk about the price of Bitcoin. We saw a rejection at $11,000, and Bitcoin is currently sitting just below that very strong area of resistance. Silver lining, though, we are still above $10,500, and of course, well above the really strong area of demand from buyers, which is under $10,000. But even though the price has been rising, volume has actually been falling rather consistently, meaning that this price move really just lacks that strong commitment from market participants. Thus, a short-term retest of key areas of support would be unsurprising. Bitcoin dominance has also just been rejected on its breakout attempt of that descending blue line that we were talking about the other day, meaning that altcoins could be ready to stage a comeback, to shine once again as Bitcoin kind of takes a little bit of time to chill out. But just because altcoins are moving higher and Bitcoin dominance is falling does not mean that Bitcoin is not going to the moon. No. Far from it. In fact, a thriving altcoin economy is fantastic for Bitcoin. But there are some indicators that are showing that Bitcoin right now, you gotta buy. You gotta buy the Bitcoin, guys. Buy the Bitcoin. That's what it's showing. So the short-term holder net unrealized profit loss chart just had a bounce at the zero line. Now you can see here on this chart that historically, when we had a bounce at this level, that it was actually a great opportunity to buy some Bitcoin. Every time it bounced off that zero line in the last market, that was just like genius buying time. I suspect that this time could have a very similar result. Also, this next chart here shows some very shocking statistics. More than 365,000 Bitcoin has been taken off exchanges since the March crash, meaning that people have been buying Bitcoin, taking it off of the exchanges, plowing it into their cold wallets. That's awesome. That is very bullish for Bitcoin. In total, only 2.6 million Bitcoin are currently sitting on exchange. Now, if this trend continues, then Bitcoin is actually going to start getting much more scarce on the open markets. And what happens to an asset that's already scarce when it becomes even more scarce on the open markets at a time when we see demand rising? The price goes up. That's what happens. Simple. But in case you needed it laid out even more simply than that, here are 10 on-chain indicators compiled by CryptoQuant with a plain and simple to read explanation of what these indicators mean. 9 out of 10 of them show a buy signal. 2 of them indicate a strong buy signal. It's that simple. Buy Bitcoin, stack sats, and chill, guys. It is just indicative of what the entire crypto market is looking at right now. We see all these fundamental factors as well piling in on top of this, which we're going to cover some of those today, but also all the other stuff we've been talking about here for the last few months on the channel. It's all coming together. We're in for a very exciting few years. A big thank you to CryPTO.com for sponsoring today's episode. So big news for CryPTO.com. They have just launched a decentralized exchange and liquidity protocol, so you can actually swap popular tokens using their app. You can also provide liquidity and farm popular yield tokens, and they are currently running a massive campaign giving away 1 million CRO tokens a day to liquidity providers, and there are some absolutely just insane incentives for CRO holders to lock up their tokens for longer periods of time as well. So go and check that out if you want to start earning some awesome rewards and getting some yield. And of course, if you want to have a super easy way to spend your crypto profits and access some amazing rewards, then you should consider grabbing a CRYPTODOTCOM debit card. Now, these bad boys are currently shipping to the UK, all across the European Union, and in the United States, soon coming to Canada, and hopefully soon coming back to Australia and Singapore and Taiwan as well. So with these cards, you can earn generous cashback rewards up to 8% for the top tier cards, as well as some super cool perks like free Netflix, free Spotify, airport lounge access, premium lending rates, and much, much more. And as a special bonus, if you use the link in the description, then you will get a $50 sign-up bonus when reserving a ruby red tier card or higher. Okay, now on to the first big story of today. There is an ongoing, just totally insane airdrop from Uniswap. Now, if you have used Uniswap at any time before September 1st, then you need to go and log in using the MetaMask or whatever wallet you used to do that with and claim your free airdrop. Now, currently the airdrop is 400 Uni tokens, which is around approximately $1,600. Yeah, you heard that right. Around $1,600 in free tokens just being dropped out to Uniswap users. And if you used multiple addresses on Uniswap, then you can claim multiple times. This is totally crazy. I freaking love crypto airdrops. This is nuts. Now look, I personally sold mine. Maybe the price is gonna, moon super hard, but whatever. I'm totally content with my free money that I got. By the way, if you want to get the Uni token, I would suggest don't buy it unless you're just trying to trade and do some short-term speculation. If you're gonna get it, claim your airdrop or go out and farm it. And while I did sell mine, I will likely farm some more moving forward by providing liquidity to Uniswap pools. It's super crazy to think too that a decentralized exchange whose logo is a freaking pink unicorn has basically crushed established titans like Coinbase in terms of daily volume. Because quite simply, I think that Uniswap has offered a better product for a lot of people in the market. It's this barrier-free entry into a huge range of different crypto products, whereas Coinbase lists one new coin a month. And it's a great fiat on-ramp. It's got, very high fees, but it's pretty user-friendly for new people. But Uniswap is giving people what they want. The age of decentralized exchanges, it is well and truly here. By the way, of course, this event led to Ethereum gas fees going absolutely insane. You can see the Uniswap token spike on this chart here. Personally, I paid way too much to both claim and then to send my Uniswap tokens over to Binance to sell them, but that makes this next story all the more important. Core developer Danny Ryan has submitted a proposal for the first and most critical phase of Ethereum 2.0, moving it closer to its launch date, making Ethereum 2.0 Phase 0 launching in 2020 even more likely. But just, don't get too excited yet, because Phase 0, it is just the first stage in a long staggered process of a 6-phase launch for ETH 2.0, with the later phases of it probably not happening until like 2022 or something, but it is happening nevertheless, and it's good to see this ball moving forward. Now for the final story today, the Federal Reserve should just be renamed as the Bitcoin Marketing Department. Honestly, no one works as hard as the central banks around the world right now to sell Bitcoin. Anyway, so the Federal Reserve has just announced that interest rates will stay near zero for years to come, and that inflation will be targeted over 2% for the years to come as well. And honestly, 2%, I think at this point, seems rather optimistic to me. Remember that clip that I played from the legendary investor Stan Druckenmiller like last week or something like that? He was calling for 5 to 10% inflation within 5 years. That is a real possibility. Considering all the economic conditions and everything that's going on right now, it could happen, and that is dramatically bad for the dollar. By the way, it's not just the USA who is getting in on the fun, so don't worry everyone else, you're not left out of the party. Just today, the Bank of England came out saying that they are considering implementing negative rates. Now this action, of course, is done to encourage spending, so to kickstart the economy. So don't leave your money in the bank, go out and buy stuff that you probably don't need. But It quite simply means in real terms that you will be punished for saving. You're punished for saving. So £1,000 in the bank today might be £990 this time next year, plus losing your purchasing power due to inflation. So you're just losing either way. It's obviously not good for the British pound. Europe, of course, has had negative rates since 2016, and increasingly we are seeing banks pass on those negative rates to customers. We've been covering those stories a lot this year as they happen. Obviously, that is not good for the euro, and it's not good for savers anywhere. But all of this is good for Bitcoin, as we see big investors and big companies with massive cash stockpiles. They're going to have to start moving their cash somewhere safer. They don't want to lose millions upon millions of dollars a year, and they're running out of places to hide their money. Yes, gold will rise, but yes, Bitcoin will also rise. We already have macro investors like Paul Tudor Jones. They're already in the Bitcoin. They're already saying to other macro investors, Bitcoin's cool, guys. His entry, it really just signaled to these other macro investors and the hedge funds and the high net worth people that Bitcoin, it's what the cool kids do. You want to be a cool kid? Buy Bitcoin. Then, of course, we have companies like MicroStrategy who have very, very famously bought just an unreal amount of Bitcoin. Now, these two crowds alone are literally sitting on trillions in cash. Non-financial companies, so that's non-bank companies in the USA, are sitting on $4 trillion in cash. One country. That's insane. Let's factor in the EU. Let's throw the UK in, Japan, and China. We have trillions more in cash sitting on the sidelines. Then we can factor in all the hedge funds and the private funds and the billionaires and the millionaires. All of them sitting on their cash. Negative rates aren't going to be very attractive for these people. They're going to lose incredible amounts of money. They all have the same problem. What to do with all of that cash? Where can they put it? Even a small percentage of that flowing into Bitcoin is going to be game-changingly massive. Stack, sats, and chill, my friends. The crypto market is going to go insane over the next few years, and it's going to be led by big money this time, not by retail. These big investors, they are going to get into Bitcoin. Companies are going to keep buying Bitcoin. But we are also going to see floods of money entering into the decentralized finance space. I mean, seriously, why suffer negative interest rates when you can either get digital gold, which is Bitcoin, or you can get into DeFi and start earning some serious yields on your crypto? People are already starting to do this. We should really all pitch in for a card or something for the central bank chiefs. They are the hardest working advertisers for Bitcoin. It really could not be more perfect what they are doing right now. So thanks, central banks. We appreciate it for speeding up the adoption of Bitcoin. Anyway, your question for today. Did you get your Uniswap airdrop? And if you did get it, did you sell it? And if you did sell it, what did you buy? I kept it simple personally. I sold my uni coins and I just bought some Bitcoin, which is nice. But I would love to hear from you what you did with yours if you got yours. Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.